On April 28, 2023, 25-year-old Jamie Lee Komoroski was driving 65 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone when she crashed her Toyota Camry into a golf cart filled with 4 people. She had 3 times the legal blood alcohol level. The cart was knocked over 100 yards after flipping multiple times. Among the 4 passengers in the golf cart were a newlywed couple, 34-year-old Samantha Hutchinson and 36-year-old Aric Hutchinson. The couple had just celebrated their wedding with friends and family and were heading from the reception to the Airbnb in Charleston County, South Carolina. The golf cart they were driving was called an LSV and could reach speeds of 35 miles per hour. It's different than a golf cart in that it's allowed to be driven at night because of its extra safety features such as headlights, brake lights, turn signals, seat belts, an advanced braking system, and reflectors. However, even with the extra features, it was still a golf cart and didn't stand a chance against the sheer force and speed of the Toyota. Samantha was killed in the crash, dying at the scene. The other 2 passengers were Aric's brother-in-law Ben Garrett and his nephew Brogan. All 3 men were taken to the hospital and sustained a variety of injuries, including broken bones, a concussion, broken vertebrae, multiple facial fractures, and a brain bleed. Sergeant Zachary Halpern was at the scene and spoke with Jamie, who was swaying back and forth when he asked her to stand up straight. He reported that he, quote, smelled an odor of alcohol coming from her breath in person, end quote. Jamie refused the sobriety test and kept insisting she only had a beer and a shot of tequila an hour before the crash. She told Sergeant Halpern she was driving toward her home when, quote, all of a sudden something hit me, end quote. Halpern reported that Jamie was driving eastbound on East Ashley Avenue and that her home was in the opposite direction. She was placed in handcuffs and arrested. During a phone call with her parents, she said, quote, oh my God, I just can't believe this happened to me. Why me? I'm going to be here for years and years and years and years. I can't believe this is my life. My whole life is going to be over, end quote. She also said, quote, I'm just so confused, like, why would this happen to me, end quote. At one point, her father told her to suck it up and get tough, to which she responded, quote, I can't. I want it to be over, end quote. He told her that she was going to have to do time, but it would probably be less than 15 years. He also stated, quote, you don't need to be sorry, Jamie. This is what happened and we're going to take care of it. We don't care about what happened. We don't care. We care only about you, end quote. Jamie said of the crash, quote, it was just like a freak accident. Obviously, I didn't mean it to happen. I just feel like a terrible person, like I didn't mean for any of that to happen, end quote. She then compared her situation to others, saying, quote, there's been people that have, like, killed people on purpose before and, like, they've gotten out on bond, end quote. She also told her parents that she hoped the judge would know, quote, how regretful and remorseful I am and that I'm not a bad person and that I'll never do anything bad again, end quote. While on the phone with friends, Jamie stated that she didn't want to be perceived negatively and said she might be free on bail within 2 months. She went on to tell them she was going to read books and listen to history and science podcasts, stating, quote, I'm going to be a genius when I get out, end quote. Jamie is facing 3 charges of felony DUI resulting in great bodily injury or death and 1 count of reckless homicide. The felony DUI charges carry a maximum 15-year penalty for her, and she faces up to 10 years for the reckless homicide. Jamie's defense lawyers have asked for a bail of $100,000, inpatient rehab, and permission to stay at her mother's home in South Jersey with no access to alcohol or a vehicle. The motion states that Jamie has struggled with alcohol dependence, depression, and anxiety and has sought treatment from medical professionals in Charleston. It goes on to say that Jamie now suffers from facial tics brought on by anxiety from all the media attention the case has received. It highlights that media has used hand-picked photos of Jamie to label her as a bad person and a party girl, even referencing this Bud Lightyear picture she took on Halloween years ago while she was in college. For the time being, Jamie Komoroski remains in custody and will appear in court on June 16, 2023.